tried to get you going back down the other way.
Which is something I intend to do.
Your flowers are spectacular.
You open the gate, you move in, and you shut the gate. Greetings and salutations, everybody. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I spent all my Christmas making these videos. I've come back to start the Market Harborough Chronicles again, and I've discovered, as you can see here, missing files. I've accidentally deleted all the Welland Park files, so there is no Welland Park. That's the main disaster. However, on researching it, I found out there is another disaster at Welland Park, so we're going to get into that. Right, as we know, every bed and breakfast stands on its breakfast, not the bed. I mean, a bed's a bed, isn't it? But the breakfast has got to be top notch. And this is the first one that I've had at the Three Swans. I neglected to take photos of the breakfast I had at the Belmont at Leicester, which was quite remiss of me. So Chef Greg will be going through and looking at all the breakfast on the holiday, especially up to Scotland, which is coming next. So I've left the Three Swans after breakfast, and I've come out the front, and lo and behold, there's St Dionysius church right there. I've made a quick left turn, and I've passed the ambulance station and the fire station. I've gone around the back of the pub, and I've come upon this. Oh, 2 ring, that's better. I'm gonna say. Our Lady of Victory's Catholic Church, they ring in 3s. Not sure why. That's 12. That's 4. 5. 6. That's odd. Okay, well, that was 9. That was 3 and 3 and 9. Look at the price of fuel here. Can you see that? That is terrible. 170. 170. That would be about $3 at least a litre. Right, here we are. Man, there's a lot of traffic at 9 o'clock in the morning, I can tell you that. So I've continued to walk through the town and pass a few of the sites. Over the bridge, these beautiful buildings they made in the 17 and 1800s are quite spectacular, the work in them. And then we reach Welland Park. Here we are, I'm ready to go.
It was here that the Battle of the English Civil War was fought in the fields of Naseby, Sulby, Sippertoft and Clipston parishes. South of Market Harborough on Saturday, the 14th of June, 1645, the Parliamentarian New Model Army, under the command of Sir Thomas Fairfax, defeated the Royalist Army, commanded by King Charles I and Prince Rupert of the Rhine.
So I entered the park and I took a stroll down the lovely walkways, past the river, looked at the bridges. The trees are beautiful in the forest. And I eventually came across this beautiful open and grassed area here and that bench seat. So I walked over to the bench seat, I sat down with the 360 camera and I began to explain where I stood. And basically where that was, I think the 2 things that I talked about were, the first thing was going to watch the karate tournament back in Birmingham. But what happened was the head of European Karate said, we're not having any spectators at this event because they'll only mess it up. So there were no spectators. No one was allowed down on the floor. Even the coaches weren't allowed near the fighters. They said the atmosphere was terrible. It was surgical. And the reason was they want to get into the Commonwealth Games, so they had to put on a good performance. But I mean, there was no liveliness or fun or enjoyment there, that's for sure. And they're all roundly threatened by the head of karate there to be on their best behaviour. So I didn't go to that tournament. The other thing was this, which I'm going to explain to you, because in 2 months' time I'm going to be back here sitting at that seat and saying probably exactly the same thing as I'm about to say now. And that is this, that I've gone to England, I've got no idea where I'm staying, I've got a certain amount of money, I've got no connections, I've got nowhere to go, I have to find somewhere to live. I apply to all these places, they're not getting back to me. I just don't know what's going to happen the next day. And you'll see just after this I actually get told I've got to leave the Three Swans because there's no bookings for 2 nights, so I had to find somewhere else, which is another exciting journey in itself. So that's basically it. I've lost the tape. I have put some photos together now that you can look at.
Where did you go?
Just to give you an idea of how beautiful this park is and how many things are in here. There's children's playgrounds, there's a bowling green, there's a cafe, there's a skate park, there's tennis courts. There's quite a lot there, and the flowers are beautiful, the gardens that they've prepared. But as you'll see, I'm going to A-B them. With 2 weeks ago, it completely flooded. The whole park flooded. So I'm going to show you some pictures of that. So when I get back there in 2 months, the first thing I'm going to do is sit down, make a video and put it up straight away of Welland Park to make up for this one that's missing. It's very similar to that gate affair when I got the blurry picture of the gate in 2019 and I had to go back and get a proper photo. Well, I've got to go back and sit at that bench and give you a proper update. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as we always say, subscribe, like, comment, share and send money. Thanks for coming.